A federal judge has voided President Trump's requirement of the $100,000 application fee for the H-1B visas. They said he didn't have the authority to do what he was doing. They said, you can't do that, Donnie. You can't do that. So we said, no, you can't do that. Because these are highly skilled people and we need them to contribute to our economy. Now, let's real quick before I pass to, my colleagues. One big beautiful bill, that $100,000 application was not to renew. It was for people who are literally new to the policy. So you would have to be someone who's never had an H-1B before, not currently on an H-1B before, for the $100,000 application fee for it to even potentially be eligible. So this is not hitting everybody. There's a whole lot of folks here on an H-1B that it does not cost their current employer $100,000 to renew every year. Now, that would be nice, though. What y'all think about that, team?
Well, the first part was that it was the way that the person worded it when they first signed it was that it was going to be every year to renew. It was going to be $100,000. That quickly got eroded and centered back to reality. But what it actually does is it takes away from the ability to compete in a way that we would be able to for a host of reasons. So, I'll get into my little spiel about it. So the federal judge, they did just kill that $100,000 fee. So that's the HB1 visas that the Trump administration tried to bolt on to the system in itself, really as a way to appease people. But it does another thing, and I'll get into that. So the fee didn't protect American workers like we thought it would, should, could, that type of scenario. What it did protect was the biggest companies from competition by making it insanely expensive for smaller firms to hire any international talent at all. Right? Think about how many levels it would take to start handing out those $100,000 tickets, right? So striking it down actually levels the playing field from a business sense. But now a 50-person tech shop or a startup can at least be in the same conversation as a $1 trillion company when it comes to recruiting quote unquote specialized skills. But what does that mean for you? Right? The real threat to American workers has never been the random engineer on the H-1B. The threat is an employer who thinks that every human, citizen or immigrant, is a disposable line item. So if the government actually cared about protecting you, me, us, they'd enforce labor laws, overtime, and green card timelines, and not throw that $100,000 toll on top of, just the one visa category. So what's the bottom line in all of it? What should you do? You need to build skills and leverage so that you're not at the mercy of a single policy or a single employer when the rules change by memo, because that's really what happens. It's damn near a tweet. So your value and your options can travel with you. And I'm going to leave it cryptic, but I'm going to close out on that.
Yeah. That was my thoughts when they first introduced it. I said, the little man on the totem pole is trying to get that little startup popping off, want to recruit some good talent. He had a huge disadvantage. So I was looking at that like, damn, that was the first thing that crossed my mind. And then it was like, ultimately, it gets rid of the people that wants to actually create a company. They're like, F it, we might as well just become contractors and just take on as many contracts as we can on the solo dolo side and save $100K and try to get in where I fit in. I mean, I hear these stories every day, all day, especially in my line of work, because I'm always the one that has to insure these people that don't work for the companies and the 1099 agents of the world. Actually, I had a guy, it was so funny, a guy that I was talking to today, he literally got fired and hired on the same call I was on.
Oh my
like he
goodness,
literally,
while
he was getting fired, he was emailing another job and picked up another job. So that's, hearing about that $100,000 price tag was like, I mean, this is going to be the world for those people that actually would want to start a company and train some people up to do what they do, it makes it insanely difficult to recruit outside of the states. So yeah.
Before you hop in, Cash, I would like to challenge y'all though.
Okay.
Usually a lot of these H-1Bs, as far as like having to renew the visas, and correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but it's a lot in the tech sector, right? Like that's usually one's getting the huge bag in these scenarios.
Right.
But when we talk about small businesses, like mom and pop stores of like people from another country, like they come over here and they build their own companies. Like if they own a restaurant, it's like a family business where they're doing that. It's very interesting to me that those small businesses, that Americans who have like their own family, like you go to somebody who has I don't know, they own a bunch of houses and stuff. It'd be their son, their daughter, their cousin. All these people are in this together with those. They're not even thinking about the H-1B. They really think about it. The people who are benefiting are these big companies. So it's like the smaller people really typically to cut costs. They making their people work for, I don't want to say for free, but for free anyways.
Yeah. You know who's getting knocked over the head by?
Who?
I'm gonna tell you which industries. How about Dunkin' Donuts? How about your 7-Elevens? How about your Mr. Heroes?
Are you saying the Indian community?
Well, I'm saying
that's typically who owns those, for real. Like typically,
I'm just saying but certain visa types that would be able to leverage H-1B status and work people like a mother. So
tax
that's
exempt for 10 years. All of that.
Yeah. So really, what I'm saying is that H-1B is not anything against the H-1B. It's actually against the leverage that people who hold H-1B visas do not have when they come over here. So if they say, hey, I know you work that good 40, I'm gonna need you to work double this week. So you're gonna have to put in this 80 this week or leave. And by leave, I mean the country, bitch. Now. And so what does that dude do? Or that young lady? They say, I'll be there.
Right.
And so with someone else who has workers' rights, we'll just say, that how you gonna compete with double the work for not the full amount of like your fare? You can't. It's damn near AI the way that it is leveraged at this point.
And those folks come over, a lot of times they believe in large families. So they're coming over on that H-1B visa. They got the pregnant wife that they trying to get over here. They're going to need some medical insurance. They're not going to be able to get it subsidized because guess what? They are not citizens. They're here on the work visa and they will not subsidize the policy. So they're going to be paying that $800, $900, $1,200, $1,500, depending on the size of their families. So they're getting hit in the pocketbook. Plus, they got to work double the hours in certain instances. Plus, they have that hanging over their head as well. You don't work, get your ass up out of here. So it's
work or go back to where you were at, right?
Right. Yeah.
You know,
and a lot of them do.
You know, it used to be policy though that used to help folks in that same scenario, plain name that you just said, the Dreamers. When Obama put in the Dreamers, when this same scenario popped off, when they had that baby you just referenced, I'm good because that baby is not. It's not a nice term to say anchor baby, but it's an anchor baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now Trump, like, nah, I don't care about none of that. So in the past, like to give some more context, in the past, like if you come over here, just like you said, have a large family. Get to, you got to create a life really for your family. And Republicans is like, nah, we not about to do that.
Under neon lights where secrets flow. Gem and Dame got the late night glow. The yacht squad rides where the shadows play. Talking truth in the cool